all new Sorrento.
Dead center for Rio, the great sportsman in archery, 20-year-old Bridger Deaton wins the gold medal. Julian de Loche. Rick van der Ven of the Netherlands is your gold medalist and able to hold his arms and that bow very high in the air, pose for his golden moment.
There comes a smile.
Excel Sights, leading technology, proven results.
What do you get when you combine the world's best lens technology with precision archery? Absolute dominance. Pila and Zeiss have created the world's only archery-specific performance eyewear. With cutting-edge filtration for increased definition, perfect optics, and light-managing lenses to increase focus and relax the eye. Isn't it time you saw the advantage? See more gold with Pila.
There are those of us who like to venture to the unexplored, to see the beauty in the strange and unknown. Those of us who go out there with a sense of wonder. If you're one of us, and if you want to
Summer's arrived on the southern Turkish coast, just in time for Stage 2 of World Archery's World Cup Tour. After Stage 1 in sunny Shanghai, we moved on to Konyaaltı Beach on the rugged shores of the Mediterranean Sea, where the wind can play tricks on archers and their arrows. All the more reason to block out the dazzling scenery. There has to be total focus and concentration on those golden rings 50 meters away. Those who survived elimination this week and made it to a medal match want more than just a few selfies to take home from their trip to the Turkish Riviera. The sightseeing, that's going to have to wait because there's work to be done at Stage 2 of World Archery's World Cup Tour. Merhaba, hola, ni hao, bonjour, konnichiwa, grazie, privyet, shalom, guten tag, dzień dobry, buongiorno, good day mates, and welcome to the second of our 4 stops on the Outdoor World Cup Tour, stretching from spring through summer and into the fall with the World Cup Finals in Mexico City come October. Along with Great Britain's Jon Nott, I'm Carl Arky, and we're glad you could be with us no matter where you may happen to be or the time of day or night it may happen to be. Thanks for logging on to Archery TV and joining us here on Konyaaltı Beach for what promises, John, to be an intriguing day of world-class archery. And on the marquee this morning in the team compound competition, we've got stars like Sarah Lopez and Albina Loginova to look forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting morning. We've got a lot of top stars out there today. They're all going to be looking to get something to take home with them and make sure that people are keeping an eye on them, because this is the last major event before the World Championships in Copenhagen. So particularly with 2 Danish teams out there today, they're going to want to send a message for when they're on home soil.
We're going to keep an eye on those flags too.
Absolutely.
Those flags will tell us a lot about the breezes blowing in off the Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, there's been some interesting things happen to arrows out there over the years.
Oh, I'm sure, yes, and we'll see some more of those interesting things happening today. Now, in the compound team events, there'll be 3 archers per team. Each shoots twice during the 4 ends. That's a total of 6 arrows per end, 24 altogether for the match. And when the smoke clears, the team with the most points is your winner. Well, here we go. We're underway, and we'll start off with a women's team bronze medal match this will be the first of 2 appearances by a team from Denmark. It'll be Denmark taking on Russia here in the women's bronze medal match.
I don't can't remember Denmark shooting for a medal in a women's compound team for. I really can't remember it.
It's not a common sight.
No,
It is not a common sight. We have
Yeah.
not seen that before, not very often, but Denmark did make it here.
Yeah.
Tanja Jensen, Sarah Holst Sonneshen, and Erika Anier. They were 5 better than Italy this week in the 1/8 round. They got by Germany by 3 in the quarterfinals, then lost to Korea, but only by 2 in the semifinals.
that
So here they are in the bronze medal match.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting because obviously Erika Anier, very experienced archer, now shooting for Denmark. Tanja Jensen, we've seen her around a lot at events, but not always in this stage. So with these Russian ladies, there's a lot of experience.
Here is a powerful, powerful team from Russia. They were seeded 6th coming out of the ranking rounds here this week in Antalya, Turkey. And the Russian team led by Albina Laginova, 31 years old. Of course, Natalia Avdieva is a very, very accomplished archer. And we're seeing a newcomer, Maria Vinogradova, also coming onto the scene.
Absolutely. I saw her shoot in the youth circuit in Europe last year, taking home gold on home soil in Moscow. Adieva is European champion as well. I don't think there's anything Albina hasn't won. So, you know, you've got a newcomer there who's experienced with masses of experience.
Yes, surrounded by some
I always think experience counts right now. They've got to be
experience
favourites.
and talent, and Russia certainly has that. They used it this week, defeating the USA by 7 in the 1/8 round, Mexico by 7 in the quarterfinals, and then lost to Colombia by only 2 points in the semifinal round. So Russia, Denmark, the number 4 seed coming out of the ranking rounds, Russia, the number 6 seed coming out of the ranking rounds. Now, 3 weeks ago in Shanghai, Russia defeated Colombia 233 to 229. It was Avdieva, Cherkashnieva, and Vinogradova winning the bronze medal 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and now they'll try to emulate that here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, even more experience with Albina back in the team. I know she's, you know, fighting to keep her place in that team, which shows you the strength of archer Russia have got right now. That's 9, first arrow there for Russia, but they're going to want to make a strong start right now against Denmark and say, come on, what you got?
Here's the 21-year-old Marina Vinogradova.
Shooting for individual gold as well this afternoon.
So we'll see her a little later on, yes. The
Shooting for
newcomer.
individual gold. So obviously this is great for her, an advantage later on when she's shooting. Be out there today and experience it.
And for the first time this season, we get a good look at Albina Laginova. So 3 straight 9s, John.
Yeah, yeah. Just, it's not always easy shooting on the beach here when you've been up on the practice range coming down. I know they're really close, but you're on tarmac up the top and the heat changes the arrows. So all the other teams, as you'll see coming out later, are up there right now looking where the first arrows are going. So and they'll all know what to do now.
So a 10 to start off
Yeah,
for
great
Denmark.
start. Great start.
And now Erika Anier.
9, just out of 10.
Near that 10 ring.
But even this Danish team, no Camilla Seymour, so that says a lot for the strength of these 3 girls.
For Australia, now shoots for Denmark.
And now Sonneshen. Sarah Holst Sonneshen's 20 years old and competing at just her 2nd World Cup
Great
event.
start. 2 points so far for Denmark. Long way to go.
So Avdieva comes up with another 9. Avdieva ranks 7th in the world.
Yeah. Russia need to get some 10s now. They don't want to drop behind. You can't afford to drop behind in this. You've got to keep up.
Vinogradova with another 9. And now back to Albina, ranked 3rd in the world. Was number 1 back in 2013.
Yeah. Back-to-back world champion.
And another 9.
Very nice. 6-9 for Denmark can apply some pressure now, big time.
So an opportunity now for the team from Denmark.
Маша, все нормально.
Denmark,
Sticks it.
Jensen's no issues with the sight there.
19 years old, Tanya Jensen, her first World Cup event. And she shot 2 10s already. Now here's the former Australian, Erica Anir.
That's an 8.
And we'll widen out the camera just a little bit, and there you see her arrow in that 8 ring.
Yeah, she looked a bit nervy on that shot then. You just see her release hand shaky.
Sonishin to finish off this first end.
10 will lead by 3.
Good shot.
Ooh, did she finish it well?
Saw that go off right in the 10.
Well done.
So what's the lead there?
So with that 10, it should be a 3-point lead, 57 to 54.
Yeah, we'll keep the original shooting order with Russia shooting first, and Russia are going to need to remind Denmark that there's 2 teams in this match. If they get away, you know, it does ease the pressure a bit. You've got to keep up.
Once again, it is cumulative scoring, and so the point difference right now is 3 points between Denmark and Russia. Denmark shooting exceptionally well. Aside from that 1-8 in that first end, every other shot was right around that gold ring.
The young two, they really can't.
Denmark with 3 X's.
Yeah.
Another 10, a 9, an 8, and 9s across the board for Russia. So now Russia knows that's not going to be enough.
No, Russia need you know, dig deep now, and they need to find that 10 ring because they were all around it, and they need to make Denmark think when they're shooting that, oh my, they've got 3 10s, I need to shoot a 10, because if you shoot 9s, there's a lot less pressure on Denmark now.
So now Russia knows that the Danes mean business. After grabbing a 3-point lead after the first end, it's 57-54, going to the second end. Here in Antalya, first match of the weekend, stage 2 on the Archery World Cup Tour, and here's Natalia Avdieva, the 26-year-old who won stage 3, got a gold medal here in Antalya last summer.
9 points.
Found it, yep.
Russia has yet
The string continues.
Yeah.
7 straight 9s now for Russia.
And the newcomer get these 10s going for him.
Vinogradova, who won a team bronze medal at stage 1 3 weeks ago in Shanghai. Yeah, there she goes.
Yeah, they needed that. That first 10 just lifts it, yeah.
You can kind of sigh.
For all of them. Yeah, now can Albina use all her experience and keep this going? She needs to.
another 9.
Just under.
На 6 снизу.
Flags aren't moving too much yet, so nothing strange should happen.
Fairly calm this morning here on Konialti Beach, although you always expect the conditions to change as the day goes on. Tanya Jensen.
Yeah, she's
Another solid
she
shot.
looks so cool then. That's comfortable.
Really, when you think about it, John, the pressure is more on Russia. I mean, that's the team with the experience. They're expected to win.
Yeah. And
Denmark's got nothing to lose here.
No, they're newcomers. And, they've been around, and there's another 8 from America, so America not quite as settled as the teammates, but when the other 2 shoot in nice, it makes it a little easier for her.
She needs Sarah Holst Sonishin to pick her up right now.
Yeah, the 2 Danish girls qualified really high this week as well and shot some really good scores. There you go.
Puts the point of that arrow exactly where she wanted to put it.
Yeah.
So the lead remains at 3 overall. We're tied in this end at 28 each. Avdieva.
Yeah.
Давай. Маша, давай.
So Natalia Avdieva comes through with a 10 for the Russian Federation. Now the newcomer, who was on the junior women's team that won a gold medal in Las Vegas indoors back in 2014.
Yeah.
10 points.
10. She's very experienced around the youth
Тебе
circuit.
нормальное время
So not
достаточно.
surprised to see her step up to the senior team, which is great.
Tiden er stadig fin, så husk at være skoen helt færdig.
Albina Loginova.
That's more like it from Russia. They've settled in now. So Denmark, be aware now. They're going to have to be a bit more. They need 3-10s to not lose any of their lead now.
So here's Tanya Jensen, whose only previous experience was at the European Outdoor Championships and the Youth Championships in China. And they give back a point now.
Well, Erica needs to settle down now.
The 37-year-old Erica Anir, a 12-year veteran, who moved back to Denmark from Australia. Yes, and Denmark's glad.
20 sekunder, det er
She
fin
looks
tid.
quite nervous in the shot then, though. You can see their bow was really shaky. She'll be really relieved that's in the 10.
10, 9,
Sarah Holst
8,
Sonneshin
7.
And at 9,
just outside that 10 ring.
Two back. 1 point match.
Bare sæt buerne.
So after going up by 3 points after that first end, Denmark gives 2 points back, but it's also a matter of Russia starting to put things together and gaining ground.
Yeah, well, Russia will be shooting first again now. So they'll be,
The last one was a little storm.
they can turn the pressure up every time. Every 10 just turns the pressure up and not give Denmark any room. That's just the thing. It's just about applying pressure to your opponent. You can't, you can only shoot your own arrows and you can't, but if you shoot in 10s, there's pressure to match. Otherwise you're going to lose a lot of ground very fast.
And when you look at this Russian team, yes, Maria Vinogradova is 21 years old. She's a newcomer, but look at the experience that Avdieva and obviously Loganova have. They've been in this situation many times before.
Yeah, if you wrote down Albina's full list of achievements, you'd need a couple of sheets of paper, I think.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of room on my computer as I was making up my notes. You start to put down the highlights, and there's so many things you could talk about. All the things that she's done. She won a team gold at stage 3 in Antalya. Let's see, she's the world champion, as you mentioned, 2011 in Torino, and 2009 in Korea.
Yeah. World Cup champion 2010 in Edinburgh, I remember
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, I was there when she won that, and she really dominated that event. Yeah.
Big, strong, powerful archer.
Good
Albina
archer.
Loganova.
Наташа, вперед.
Fantastic.
Давай.
And they've got a great lead-off archer in Natalia Avdieva.
Yeah, she's their real form shooter, so they're leading off with their form shooter. Because they, you want a 10. First round. Oh, no, she didn't like that when it went off. Did you see her face grimace?
На 10 часов.
She knew.
She knew that wasn't right. Yeah.
As soon as she released it.
Yeah.
Vinogradova.
She looks calm. Very calm. As I said, this is vital experience for her this afternoon.
Молодец!
Yeah.
Well done. Vinogradova. Right on target. And now back to Loganova, who finished 6th at the World Cup finals last fall in
She's
Lausanne.
shaking a lot.
Yeah, she was a little bit.
I'm not sure why they put a 10 star on that second arrow. That's clean in there. Maybe an X.
There didn't appear to be any doubt
No,
about
there's
it.
no doubt. Yeah,
So an opportunity now for
Yeah,
Denmark.
Denmark got some breathing room still. There you go.
Tanya Jensen.
I don't want to put the commentator's curse on her, but I think she's clean in the match so far.
Can we do that? Do we have that power, Jon Nott?
Absolutely.
Мне надо было
Erica Anir, 37 years old.
потрогала. Погладила. Понятно.
Okay.
She wasn't happy as
She
soon as she
wasn't.
released it.
No, she wasn't. She's Russian. The thing is, in the team, you're very conscious of your time, and it works out roughly 20 seconds an arrow. And the last thing you want to do is eat into
Somebody else's
others'
time.
Yeah, and some teams are lucky; they've got fast shooters, so it's all square that in. But if you've got a really quick shooter on the side, it's an advantage, particularly if you've got a slow shooter as well, because you don't want your slow shooter to have to rush, because then they're not comfortable, and you want to leave your third shooter. Oh no,
A surprising 8.
very surprising.
Таш.
Yeah, and it's saying if you start rushing,
До конца давай, Маша.
chances are your shot won't be as good, and get a bit loose. So, and you want to leave your third shooter time to make their shot.
And a lot of this comes through experience
Хорошо,
working
молодец.
together.
Yeah, the young and experienced member of that team is
She's really
She's
holding
really
things
well.
together right now. Vinogradova with another 10.
Yeah, Albina needs to shoot a 10 now. Really needs this.
In her 10th year of competition.
9.
A 9.
Yeah. It's quite a nervy match. I always find the first match of the day gets a bit nervy at times. They're out there, they're first, they're not seeing the conditions, but it's, the conditions for the beach are as good as they're ever going to be, really.
Gentle winds wafting along the shoreline here as Tanya Jensen puts it inside the 10 ring.
Yeah, she's shooting really well.
And over there to the left, you can see the men's Danish team.
Watching, supporting, that's brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out, obviously, in a few matches' time. They're going to want to see what's going on here.
They are keenly interested in what Erica Anir is going to do, and that's, I believe, an 8.
Yeah, it's no damage done to them, though,
var
because the
tyskerne
Russians
fin tid.
didn't really punish them.
But Denmark has had an opportunity to really put some distance between themselves and Russia.
Yeah, 9 to keep a lead.
10, 9.
9.
And she got the 9 she needed.
Yeah.
The lead remains at 1.
There's a few doors being opened by both teams, but no one's really.
It's a little too close for comfort right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good to see. But the Russian team there giving themselves that.
Колдую.
Yeah. When Russia won the European Championship final last year over the British team in Armenia, and it was 1-point match all the way.
Проверь,
The last 6 arrows, Russia absolutely buried them all in the middle, and didn't give they closed the door right in GB's face, which upset myself. But it was a bit nervy all the way, but that last end, the Russians really stepped up. So let's see what they can do now.
Let's see if they can step up today. Let's see if Denmark can hold them off. It's a 1-point lead.
Yeah.
Denmark has led by as many as 3 early in this match.
Yeah.
Gave 2 points back in the second end, but they've been able to keep them at arm's length just a little bit over these last couple of ends. But now, this is when you find out who can handle the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Russia need to. Russia have got, I think, now with 1 point in a 1-point match that's nervy, with no one's cleaning it. I think shooting first here is an advantage. I really do.
So we shall see. It's all up to Avdieva, Vinogradova, and Loganova.
Yeah, the Russian guns need to fire.
And firing first will be Natalia Avdieva,
Yeah.
a bronze medalist at last fall's World Cup finals in Lausanne.
Четко, нагло давай.
Confidently steps up to the line. Draws it back, anchors it. And a quick shot.
Yeah, that's good. Quick shot in the X.
No hesitation, no doubt in her mind. Buried it in that 10 ring.
Yeah.
Now Vinogradova.
She needs to do the same. Yeah, 10-10. There we go.
Back-to-back 10s.
They've used less than the 20 seconds each. So Albina, who's a slower shooter, has got time to make her shot properly now, so she won't feel rushed. This is good for her.
The 2-time world champion. Taking her time,
Gentle.
and it pays off.
There you go.
Can you feel the pressure dialed up just a little bit?
Yeah, I can. And
The heat is on.
yeah, Jensen keep her run going. She needs to.
Got a good look in her eye.
Yeah, that's nice.
Just outside.
That's so close.
They'll put the asterisk by it, but it looked like a 9.
No, I think that's a 9.
So now they have to have 2 10s.
Yeah.
Erica Anir.
That's a good shot from Erica. That's the most confident shot she's made.
That was her best shot of the day.
Absolutely. She'll be really, really pleased with herself there. So.
And a clutch shot.
Yeah.
Zonishin.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
So at the very least, they're tied.
Yeah,
At the very least, they may be 1 point ahead, but we don't know that right now. We don't know that. They don't know that. The Russian team doesn't know that.
No, absolutely. Russia, see, they're going to want. Oh, okay, so.
Avdieva has hers just veer to the right.
Yeah. This could be a really. This is a. It's all basically like a 1 hour shoot off now, isn't it?
What a great match to get things started
Good
here
match.
at stage 2. Maria Vinogradova.
Yeah. Oh, that's good
Down
shot.
the middle.
She shot brilliantly in this match, so she's going to be really confident for the gold final.
It's a sign of
regardless.
things to come, yeah.
Yeah.
And now Albina Laganova with her last shot of this match. Ostensibly.
Drawing all that experience right now.
Long hold,
Yeah.
little shaky.
10.
Oh, she got it.
So, 30 for the win, I reckon.
Маня,
Big ask on the young, inexperienced team.
будем ждать.
Tanya Jensen, just 19 years old.
She's been the real form shooter in this match. So.
Little low. Little low. So now they have to have a pair of 10s
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Yeah. That's what I said about Russia when they needed it last year. They found that amazing last end, which they have done with the 59. Erica,
Another 9.
Oh,
And now
it's a little bit cruel for Denmark, really, isn't it? When they've led all the way.
15.
Zonishin
Finish it
trying
strong.
to finish with a 10, and then they've got to hope that that 9 is a 10.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shot.
It's on the line. That's a 10. So now we've got to wait for the judges.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Danish agent's going to be calling that
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
He's got to.
Okay?
Really, that was a great showing from the Danish to keep that match going live.
What a great job by the Russian Federation, that team. But it looks like it's out. It looks like that arrow is out just a titch outside the 10 ring. It looks as though the decision will go to the Russians.
Yeah.
But we'll wait for the official determination by the judges.
I really feel for Jensen there because I said she'd been really had been the form shooter in the entire match.
Сейчас судья
No,
покажет, как.
talking a millimetre on both her arrows there. But I think, do we call that the steal?
And there's the call.
Yeah.
There is the call in favor of Russia.
I think you call that the steal. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the experience showing through of the Russians in the final end.
So Russia comes from behind. They fell behind by 3 in the first end. Never gave up, kept battling away. And Denmark, we mentioned this during this match, John,
Yeah.
they had opportunities to
They
put
did.
some daylight between themselves and Russia.
Yes, yeah, yeah. They started brightly and just those liners, they're just out, didn't go their way. And at the end, you know, and I said before the match, the experience in that Russian side just paid off. They didn't shoot great, but when they had to shoot great at the end, they did. And that's the sign of a real quality team.
And the best of the trio may have been the 21-year-old newcomer.
That's without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, she was brilliant. So in the gold medal match, I can't remember who she's against later today, but they better watch out. Yeah, that'd be really exciting.
We will see Vinogradova later on this afternoon,
Yeah.
and that will be in the women's gold medal match. And we'll have that matchup. It's Andrea Marcos. So Andrea Marcos from Spain.
Hey, she's very inexperienced. Yeah, I think you make the 21, the Russian, definitely favourite for that match.
So Denmark hoping to have a daily double here this morning in the team competition. That will not happen as the women fall after grabbing that 3-point lead.
Yeah.
They end up losing by 1 to Russia, 226 to 225. Now we get set to move on, and it is the women's team gold medal match. And this will be a great one as well. Looking forward to this as Korea comes out, the #1 seed out of the ranking rounds this week. A team that features Sol Dae-young, Choi Bo-min, and Kim Yoon-hee. They had a bye in the 1/8 round, then went on and beat India by 8 in the quarterfinals and edged out Denmark by 2 in the semifinals. So say hello to Sol Dae-young Choi Bo-min, and Kim Yoo-ni. Korea just so powerful, John.
Yeah. They're not big stars individually in compound, but they shoot so well. Yeah. Choi Bo-min has won a World Cup stage, Shanghai, last year, if I remember right. She's also former world champion with a recurve bow, so she knows the game inside out. You know, so big experience from her. Do give one of her teammates it's her first World Cup, so it'll be interesting to see how they are. But here's some experience right here in this team, Colombia.
And here's experience and talent for Colombia. The Colombians, led by Sarah Lopez, Maya Marcen, and Alejandra Usquiano. This is a team that topped Turkey by 9 points in the 1/8 round this week, fought off France by 3 in the quarterfinals, and then beat the Russians by 2. Sarah Lopez, quite possibly the best compound female archer in the world right now. But I tell you what, Alejandra Usquiano is right there in the same league with her, and Maya Marcen is a world-class archer in her own right.
I'd actually say Lopez could compete in the men right now, to be honest. Yeah.
And she thinks so too.
I
mean, that's part of the game. You got to believe.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so you've got the last 2 World Cup final champions, Maya Marcen, one of, you know, she's been around forever. No, you know, she's still relatively young. Just get that in there. So she knows what she's doing, and this team shoots best when it is this trio. So I think they've had the tougher run to the final. They beat the Russians. No, that's no easy feat. So you know, they've got to be favourites right now.
So here we go. 3 weeks ago in Shanghai, it was Malaysia defeating the United States. Malaysia coming back after the Americans had an early 3-point lead in that match. So Malaysia won the gold medal 3 weeks ago in Shanghai. Now Korea's trying to do that here, and they start off with a strong shot.
Korea have got to turn the pressure screw right up on Colombia, because, you know, if Colombia see daylight, they will take it.
Sol Dayong. In her first international event, unranked, 19 years old, and she shoots a 10.
Yeah, that's great. And they shoot quick, so time is not going to be an issue right here.
So cool, calm, and composed.
Yeah. There you go. So they've already said, Colombia, there you go, have that. Keep up with us.
Choi Bo-min anchoring this team for Korea.
Maya's very distinctive technique there, shooting with the wrong eye.
Maya Marcen, 32nd in the world, was 15th in the world back in 2011, immigrated to Colombia from Slovenia to join Sarah Lopez, who's on the line right now. Sarah shooting second and shooting a 9. And now Alejandra Usquiano will try to pick it up for Colombia.
Yeah, she hasn't been in as good a form as she was 2 years ago, but she's still a vastly experienced and really good archer.
Usquiano coming through.
Tiny advantage Korea, but, you know, the opening round where they're just feeling each other out.
Just the opening salvo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They've thrown the first few punches.
That's it. Yeah. Very patriotic arrow wraps there for the Korea. There we go.
There's a surprise. Kim Yoo-ni, 20 years old.
Yeah. So, Korea.
We also saw her win a team bronze medal in Shanghai last year.
There's the first timer with 2 10s to start. They never seem phased, do they?
No, and it's a contrast in styles. The Colombians more emotional and outgoing, and the Koreans more reserved, I guess you would say.
Yeah. You know, that's
just the style.
Picture of tranquility, I want to call that. And, right in the middle.
I wish I'd thought of that, John. Tranquility.
Yeah.
Of which I have none when I'm at the line.
Tell me about it. That's why I'm sat here talking to you.
And I'm talking to you.
Yeah, it's Maya. Good shooting.
Maya Marcen.
Really good shooting. Interesting, Maya shot her 2 arrows on that face, and the other 2 have shot. So they've got a bit of a system there that they're obviously very comfortable with.
Good look at Sarah Lopez. Dials it
Good.
up.
She's right in there now.
Drops another dime in there.
She's won a lot in her. This is what, her third or fourth year on the circuit, and she's won a lot.
This is where she exploded on the scene back in 2013. So she is very comfortable shooting here on the beach, as is Alejandra Usquiano.
Absolutely. That's good. Yeah.
Got it.
Right in the middle. So it's that 1 point. So yeah, it's a tasty opening there.
Ah, yes, we've got ourselves a horse race here as Korea jumps out to a 1 point lead, 59-58 over Colombia.
Yeah, that's a lovely looking field of play here.
It is.
World Archery.
It's absolutely amazing. Chris Marsh now in charge of event management, and you can appreciate that being an event manager yourself.
Absolutely. Chris Marsh was my boss at the London Olympic Games.
I thought you taught him everything he knows. But Chris stepping in and trying to fill the shoes of Juan Carlos Holgado, who will be with us tomorrow, by the way. And Juan Carlos, who got all this going 10 years ago.
Amazing guy. I learned so much off Juan Carlos.
And look at where the sport has gone and how much it's grown. And now we have these amazing venues. 5 days ago, this was just a beachfront.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is kind of the every year it's always on the calendar, this event, and that's for a reason, because it is where everybody comes. It's regarded by all the archers as the shoot they want to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always who can win Antalya. It's you ask any aspiring international, where do you want to shoot? Antalya. It's always the thing. I want to go to Antalya.
There's tradition here.
There is, yeah, and it was even before the introduction of the World Cup. There was a European Grand Prix here, and that was always the big shoot. You know, and on a World Champs year, this is the one people want to stand up and look at me, keep an eye on me at the Worlds, big time.
Plus the baklava here in Antalya.
The hotel is fantastic. Yeah,
That
it's
alone
really
is
nice
worth
food,
a trip
it's
to
food.
Turkey.
It is, yeah, and the weather.
And we've been blessed with beautiful weather here today. In fact, supposed to be this way all weekend long. Here on Konyaaltı Beach as Korea.
Yeah, they need to keep up now.
9.
살짝 9시로 가요. 살짝 흐르려고 그래. 근데 쏘면 괜찮을 것 같아. 자신.
Here's the newcomer again, who shot 2 awesome. First 2 shots.
So Kim Yoon-hee with a 9.
It's good. Yep.
Dayoung dials up a 10.
Yeah. Now Choi needs to keep this in the middle. As if Colombia, as I said, see a gap, they will take it.
9.
9.6?
So 2 9s and a 10 for Korea. And officially, they had Colombia leading 59-58 after that first end.
Oh, an 8 from Maya. That's a let-off side. Because Korea gave him a chance there.
So Maya Marcen off target that time.
She didn't look very happy as she came off the line, so I'm guessing something was out of good.
And Sarah will not be all that happy with that shot either.
No, doesn't look like the wind's changed.
So now it's up to Usquiano to keep things even.
Yeah.
Alejandra, 5th in the world, has been ranked as high as 3rd in the world. And it's Turkey where she won her first World Cup medal back in 2013, a team gold medal, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. And then she won the World Cup final in Paris as well that year.
Yes, also won in Medellin.
Yeah.
2013 was a very good year for Alejandra Usquiano.
Yeah.
Now back to Korea and Kim Yoon-hee.
She needed that. Her last 2 arrows have been out of 10, so she'll be happy now.
Kim Yoon-hee's been on the international stage, won a mixed team gold medal in Shanghai last year. Won a team bronze medal there too. And now she's followed up.
Korea turning it back on.
So not Choi Bo-min, the 30-year-old, ranked 4th in the world. Silver medalist at the 2007 World Cup Finals in Dubai.
Rika.
Rico. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So she's got so
As far as I'm
much-
concerned, that medal's a medal.
I know, yeah. But
I don't
that's-
care how you get
she's
it.
so talented.
But that is amazing.
Yeah.
That point you bring up, that
Yeah.
was a recurve
Yeah,
medal.
yeah. She was world champion that year. It's like, oh, I look a little bit nervous there.
A little shaky.
Not good, yeah.
9.
Able to hold it together for the 9.
Yeah.
Vamos, Sara, buen ritmo.
So Lopez needs to keep the team going here with the 10.
So here is Sarah, who set a new record during qualifying.
Supreme confidence. When she's at full draw, it's just oozing confidence. And
She had an amazing week. 708 out of 720.
Yeah, that was. I think I heard someone call it ridiculous. It's so good.
708 points out of a possible score of 720 during qualifying.
Yeah.
New world record.
Yeah.
Usquiano.
Yeah, she's shooting really well. She's really dialed in this match right now. I think they reckon Lopez has shot more perfect 150s in matches than any of the men. I've heard that bounded around.
She is an amazing athlete.
Yeah, and Rio only just beat her record for the most X's in the perfect in Shanghai.
That's right. We're going to talk about Rio coming up a little bit later on, and the remarkable record he had in Shanghai, scoring that perfect score. But here in this second end, we see a little bit of a reversal of fortunes as Colombia went from being one up to now being one down.
Yeah. Maya was a bit loose on that end, as we saw, so Koreans took the opportunity, and it's tight, it's what we want.
The 8 on the first shot by Maya Marcen, a big difference now in that second end. And so now both teams a little bit deep in thought.
Yeah.
Adjustments being made.
Yeah.
Arrows being checked.
Shooting order is going to change now because Colombia are a point behind. So Colombia are going to lead off now. So it's their turn to put the marker down for the Koreans to follow up. So, they're going to want to shoot strong now. And in the last match, that proved, I really believe that was Russia's advantage with that end to go, being one down. And you can lay something really strong. They're going to make your opponent think.
Russia's experience here on Coney Alty Beach paid off in that bronze medal match as they were able to come from behind and win it. Of course, a year ago, it was Russia winning the gold medal here in Antalya, defeating the United States 227 to 223. Laginova, Avdieva, and Cherkashnieva, defeating Erica Jones, Christy Collin, and Jamie Van Atta of the United States. And there is some carryover to this year, and you see that in their ability to come back in that bronze medal match. Now, can Colombia come back in this gold medal match?
They need to be strong this end, and they need to do that.
Just that. That's
I
it.
was just waiting to see that. And
so that's what you're talking about, right, John?
Yeah, that's it. Lopez now needs to follow that. So, yeah, really now they need to, as I said, they need to get a 30 and make Korea shoot. That's it.
That's the shot she was looking for.
Yeah. So
Sarah Lopez.
She did. Escredo's been as I said, the form shooter in this match so far, I think, and Boom Bin as well for Korea.
Now Alejandra. Usquiano taking her time.
Yeah.
Steady.
So that's
Got
it.
it.
That's what Colombia needed. So Korea.
That'll lift the spirits a little bit.
Yeah. I think if it's still 1 point at the end of this set, I think whoever leads next end might have the upper hand here.
Kim Yoon-hee giving back a point.
Yeah.
So 2 10s here will tie it up midway through this third end. Good look at Seol Dae-young.
Newcomer.
19 years old, unranked, competing at her first international event.
8, 9 liner.
I think that's 9. Yeah. So
a reversal of fortune right
yeah,
now.
Choi needs to make sure this doesn't become too big a gap right now.
Choi Bo-min needs to keep her team together.
Another 8, 9 liner. It's a 9.
Very close, too close to call.
It's a really loose end from Korea there. Yeah. Yeah, now this is a massive chance now for Colombia to make the last end comfortable.
10.
10 from Maya.
Las dos las tiene.
So Colombia trying to go for the kill right now in the third end.
Yeah.
If they can put some daylight and distance between themselves and Korea, make it very difficult for the Koreans to come back in the fourth
Lopez.
end.
Yeah.
Lopez pouring it on.
Yeah. She's got that's great. She's got plenty of time,
Buen trabajo.
which is vital, as we were saying earlier.
Estable, muy estable.
Alejandra Usquiano squeezing it back.
For the 60.
9.
Ah. So after the 2 10s, the 9 by Alejandra Usquiano.
1 point
Yeah.
lead. With the next 3
Yeah.
yards.
So Korea need 3 10s to be 1 point behind. That's a big shot.
There's the first
She
one.
needed that. She needed to, relieves a tiny bit of pressure on the second shoot.
That's a clutch shot by Kim Yoon-hee.
Yeah.
The 20-year-old ranked 63rd in the world.
9.
Now Dayong.
Minimum 2 points down.
괜찮아. 어? 끝까지 지켜줘.
So here's Choi Bo-min,
너무
who
급해.
won a gold medal at Shanghai in 2014, gold medal at Stage 1 Shanghai in 2013, but comes up with a 9 here. And so dire straits for Korea right now.
Yeah, that was a big swing then to Colombia. Yeah, Colombia turned the pressure screw to max in that end with a 59, and Korea did not have an answer, did they really? They went in 1 point ahead, so now they're 3 behind.
And that end just started off badly for Korea
Yeah.
and got worse
Yeah,
as it went
they were
along.
Big 9s as well, weren't just out, they were big, so they have to start with 3 10s.
Out of the 6 shots in that third end for Korea, only 1 in the 10 ring. Meanwhile, it was almost exactly the reverse situation for Colombia.
Yeah.
Colombia, of their 6 shots, only 1 was outside the 10 ring.
Yeah, Korea have to shoot 3 10s now, or they're in a lot of trouble, because they've got to make Colombia work.
So that third end may be key, as Tom Dillon,
Yeah.
Secretary General of World Archery, taking in the competition here on the beach in Antalya, Turkey on a beautiful Saturday morning. Carl Arky along with Jon Nott, wherever you may be in this world, whatever time of day it may be, morning, afternoon, nighttime, we're glad that you're joining us here on Archery TV. We've already seen an excellent match in the women's bronze medal match. Russia coming from behind to win by 1 over Denmark, 226 to 225, and now it's Korea and Colombia locked in a battle as we go to the 4th and possibly final end.
Yeah. So Korea 3 down. If they don't start strong, it's just easy for Colombia, really.
So the pressure is on Korea. Kim Yoon-hee leading off. And leading off well.
Needed that.
Little fist bump right there. Trying to get the spirits up as Seo Dayong, the 19-year-old, will try to emulate Kim Yoon-hee's shot. And does.
Just hanging in there on the line. They all count.
So Korea trying to mount a comeback. Choi Bo-min must keep it going. Ms. Choi outside the
didn't
gold
need
ring.
That's a lot of daylight now for Colombia. They just got to shoot tight now and not do anything crazy.
Could almost feel the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah.
Fuerte, fuerte.
Little
muy
flinch
fuerte.
there by
Flinch.
Maya.
Yeah, this,
Fuerte, fuerte, fuerte.
Maya,
Grande,
strong.
grande. Muy bien.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah. She'll be a little bit relieved with that.
Buen
That
ritmo, Sara,
could have
buen
gone
ritmo.
anywhere. Right, Lopez. There won't be any mistakes here.
Yes,
There you
nice.
Doesn't matter how you do it, it's just how much.
go. Yeah, they all
How many
count.
points?
10.
Just tell me how many points.
Yeah.
You don't get style points, do you?
No, absolutely.
This is not figure skating.
Buen trabajo.
Alejandro Usquiano trying to make it 3 in a row
Estable.
here in the 4th end.
Eso
There you
es.
go.
There
3
you go.
X's from Colombia. Really, that's just kind of saying.
We're
bad
going
luck.
for the kill right
Yeah,
now.
that is. You're down, and now we're going to kick you.
We're going to keep you down. It's
Yeah.
a 5-point lead now with
Yeah.
3 to go.
Yeah. So even if Korea put 3 10s in now, which is, we hope, it's just a matter of
9.
holding gold then for Colombia.
잘했어.
Instead, Kim Yoo-nee answers with a 9.
Yeah.
Seol Dae-young.
끝까지.
Just out of the 10 ring, it's a 9.
Korea
Just
started.
outside.
If you think how Korea started this match, they couldn't quite maintain the intensity, where Colombia have just got better and better and better through the match, which is the way to go.
So Choi Bo-min to finish it off.
9-9.
Finish.
10점이 안 들어가네.
And some days it just goes that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
좀 몰라. 어? 끝난 거
The
아니야?
Korean team doing very well
They're-
just to get to a gold medal match.
That's a fantastic result. There's a lot of teams started this. 15 teams, which is really good for the ladies.
Eso es.
8 from that's okay.
She's got a few points to play with.
Yeah.
Vamos, Sara. Buen
She
ritmo.
looks quite relieved, but
So now just some solid shots by Sarah Lopez and Alejandra Usquiano, and the gold will belong to Colombia.
Creo que 9.
10-9 lineup. It's okay. Fantastic reflection in our classes then. Did you see the really great film work there?
So a 6 to win it.
Buen trabajo.
Alejandra Usquiano, plenty of time, taking her time, and trying to finish it off, and she
Bit of
does.
10. Brilliant. Yeah, that's a strong score there from Colombia, 231.
The women from Colombia coming through once again here on Coney Alti Beach. They have had so much success over the past 2-3 years here in Antalya, and once again they taste victory as they come up with the win. They were down by 1 midway through the match, but got strong and turned it around in that third end.
Yeah, absolutely. Halfway, Korea were a point up, but when Colombia turned up the heat, Korea didn't have the answer. And that's what this comes down to. It's maintaining the pressure on your opponent.
You look at that third end, John, it was a 4-point swing,
Yeah.
if I'm doing the math correctly.
Absolutely. I think they call that the clutch, don't they? And yeah, Colombia turned the pressure, and Korea didn't match it. But Korea will come back and be stronger every time. That's what they do.
It has been a good week for Korea. They did beat India in the quarterfinals, edged out Denmark in the semifinals, but just had things come undone for them in this third end here today against a very good team from Colombia. And you can't afford to make those mistakes against a team that has Sarah Lopez, Maya Marcen, and Alejandra Usquiano.
Absolutely, absolutely. Korea just couldn't quite maintain the intensity when they needed it. So, but as I said, 15 lady compound teams started this week, which is fantastic. It's not often you get that many. So they've got a long way to get to this point that we don't always see televised, and they were strong every day.
And I'm glad
more.
you mentioned that point,
Yeah.
because that's often forgotten. Everybody gets to see the medal matches, but there's so much work that has to be done, and you've got to navigate your way through a week long of qualifying and competition just to get here.
Very long days. You shoot your quality. You come, you do 1 or 2 days of practice, you shoot your qualifying round, and they start with the mixed team. Then they do the individual eliminations, and then you've got the team eliminations, and there's some really long days to get here. And there's twists, there's turns, there's thunderstorms. So
the drama, the suspense.
yeah.
We love it. We love it. And so does Colombia, especially after that performance, winning it by 5 points, 231 to 226. So
it's a truly happy hunting ground for Colombia this beach.
it really is. It really is. And you can tell when they come here, they really feel comfortable. They enjoy this place. And why not? They've had so much success here.
Yeah.
They've got to feel good about getting on this beach.
It's a comfort zone almost.
Yep. The home field almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost. That's
Almost.
Medellin, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah, Medellin, when we get down there in September, that's when they'll really feel like they're on their home field.
So the wind's staying down, so hopefully we get some high square matches now.
So the ladies will step aside for just a little bit as we now get set for the men's compound team competition. And we'll start off with the bronze medal match, Korea and Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, these Korean men, they're getting pretty good. Not sure which one. One of them is shooting later in one of the medal matches individually.
It'll be Kim Jong-ho.
Yeah, and the gentleman there, Choi, I can't see his name. He won here last year.
Choi Young-hee.
Choi Young-hee won here last year.
He did indeed.
So they're not going to be a pushover right now.
They will not be a pushover, have not been a pushover all week long. Choi Young-hee, Kim Jong-ho, and Kim Tae-yoon. They were 5 up on Colombia in the 1/8 round. They beat Turkey by 4 in the quarterfinals and then were stopped by the United States in the semifinals, but only by 2 points. So there's 3 very good archers in Choi Young-hee, Kim Jong-ho, and Kim Tae-yoon, and they'll be faced by 3 excellent archers from Mexico, Mario Cardoso, Julio Ferrero, and Angel Ramirez.
The team from Mexico, they might not be superstars, but they're hugely experienced. Fierro in particular has been around a long time. He's the type of guy you don't want to come up against in the early, if you're shooting against him early and you're a top guy, he's never going to give you an easy passage, and he's taken some names individually over the years. So Mexico's compound archers are really strong. It's a strong team.
So Mario Cardoso, Julio Ricardo Fierro, and Angel Ramirez.
Yeah.
They won a tiebreaker with South Africa, then beat the French team by 10 in the quarterfinals before losing by 3 to Denmark. Yeah, that 10-point win over France kind of gets your attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they've beaten 2 really strong teams to get here, and then they ran into the team Viking. So, they're shooting really well. Yeah, and they're always a strong team, and they're always got a chance. Yeah.
And of course, a lot of moral support in the crowd here from their Mexican teammates and friends as Mexico.
I think Mexico have had the harder route. South Africa, really good team. France, really good team. So, yeah, they've definitely won. I don't like to say the tougher matches, but on paper, this.
So here comes Korea, 4th after the ranking rounds.
Yeah. This first end, I think, is going to be quite important in this match because, they're not known for being out here, these teams. So they're not hugely experienced. They're going to want to make a strong start and statement to their opponents.
Kim Jong-ho with a great shot.
Yeah.
X marks the spot for Kim Jong-ho, whom we'll see later on in the individual matches this afternoon here on Archery TV. Second shot coming up for Korea outside the 10 ring.
So yeah, he is last year's winner, Choi. And he won it in style last year. Shoots really strong.
30 years old, ranked 11th in the world, and as Jon Nott has mentioned, he won the gold medal here at Stage 3 Antalya just a year ago. And shows the form he used last year.
Yeah, he shoots really well.
So a nice start for Korea. And something to shoot at for Julio Ricardo Fierro.
Yeah. A lot of experience.
Interesting they'd have him leading off.
I'm a believer in your strongest archer shooting first.
That being said,
yeah.
Hey, everybody has one that goes a little astray.
Yeah, that's not ideal, but his teammates, I'm sure, will make up for that really quickly.
Ramirez.
Yeah, I like watching team orders and seeing how teams organise themselves. And as I said before, a lot of teams do tend to lead with their strongest shooter, or sometimes their quickest shooter. But they, it's interesting.
So here's Mario Cardoso, who missed a bronze medal in Shanghai by 1 point 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's in good form.
Lost to Dominique Genet in the bronze medal match.
This is a long shot, really long shot. He needs to get that away.
He who hesitates.
Yeah. They're going to be under some time pressure in their second end now, Mexico. So that can play big into team. As I said about rushing your shot, and then you don't make the shot you want to make.
So here's Kim Jong-ho, the 21-year-old, ranked 60th in the world.
No, that's Korea look really confident out there. Body language is really good. The Mexicans didn't look quite as confident, did they?
3 X's on their first 4 shots, make it 5 X's on their first 6 shots.
They don't get bonus points, but you get to say, look how well we're shooting.
I may have jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe it'll be 5 X's on the first 6 shots, depending on what Cho Young-hee is able to do right here. Yeah, I was right.
That's pretty good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
5 10s.
Look at that for confidence.
It's not an X, but it's a 10.
Yeah. They've sent a message across to Mexico, and Mexico needs to really get it going now. 9.
Shot across the bow.
Yeah, if Mexico, the best they can be is 3 down. They need to
dial it up a little bit right now.
They need to get in the 10 right now, because I'll tell you what, if the Koreans smell blood this early, it'll be a long 18 hours ahead for Mexico. That's a much better shot.
Ramirez,
yeah, 10-10 for him. He's dialed in. 9 seconds. This guy is up against a lot of pressure right now.
5 seconds.
Yeah, his teammates be counting him down.
Came
he
through.
Speeds it up by about 10 seconds and does a lot better. Wow, that was a great last shot from Mexico, and boy, did they need that.
Mario Cardoso beats the clock, comes up with a 10 that his team sorely needed right there to keep the Mexican team within 3.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed that. There's Ada Roman supporting her teammates.
Aida, who shot earlier this week, we saw her at stage 1 in Shanghai.
Yeah. If you look at the body language of the Mexicans, they're not quite as comfortable as the Koreans, who just look like they're really enjoying themselves right now.
John, you've been out there before. You know what it's like. Can there be that much difference from one target to the next? I mean, it's just a few feet apart, but is there...
I hear this all the time, and
you think it's rubbish.
It's only ever the losers who complain. It was I've heard that people say if you're on the target next to the stand, you've got an advantage. Oh no, it's Bart. You know what sportsmen are like.
Yes, I do.
You covered a lot of sports, and I imagine there's similar stories in other sports.
Although that being said, we've seen 2 matches completed already this morning. And in the women's competition, both winners were on target number 2.
They were also the highest seeds.
There you go, using logic. Don't go using logic.
I know. Well, who's the highest seed in this match?
Well, right now, as we look at it, Korea is the highest seed.
Okay.
They were 4th coming out of the ranking round.
They've got a chance to disprove this theory right now.
This is true, you're right.
Let's
keep that in mind, all right?
It happened at the London Olympics massively. At the end of the week, they totaled up how many lefts and rights had won. And it was one more match won on the left over 100 matches.
So it's psychological. It's all in our minds, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, it is in the mind. So much as this is a mental game.
Yeah.
And right now, the mental game, we'll find out how strong Mexico is right now. Trailing by 3 and starting off with a 9.
Yeah.
Julio Ricardo Fierro, ranked 15th in the world, has been as high as 7th in the world back in 2012. Now needing Angel Ramirez to pick it up.
Yeah, he's dialed in, Ramirez.
Ramirez shooting well. In 2011, stage 4 in Shanghai, won a bronze medal and a team bronze medal. So you know he's capable, as is Mario Cardoso.
Strong and slow. His shot timing's all over the place, and when he made the quick shot under the time pressure last end, he was right in the center. But when he took his time, he was, they're not flowing. The Mexicans, they haven't got their rhythm going, and you know there's a real wide door there, and Korea might just go and jump right through it now and really hurt the Mexicans.
Kim Jong-ho with a strong shot.
Yeah, they only need an X-ring right now, Korea.
Kim Jong-ho won a team gold medal in 2014 at the Asian Grand Prix. Now here's Kim Tae-yoon competing well at his first World Cup event.
right now, Korea are just right in it. They're in the zone, and there's only one team shooting right now.
They are locked in.
This guy Choi, he looks like the most confident archer I've ever seen. Yeah.
Just a little bit low. But I don't think that'll shake his confidence.
No.
Supremely confident team.
Body language is superb. And I think it's really important that you can win points.
Fuerte, Julio, ritmo.
Fierro
Yes, eso es, sale.
sticks it in the 10 ring.
Yeah. When your lead archer starts with a 10, it does lift pressure because you've got that 10. You know, it makes a big difference. If you're searching for it, it's hard. Yeah,
It's contagious, you can see it.
Yeah, he's well dialed in. He's shooting good.
Ramirez, who's been competing since 2007.
Yeah, it's a lot of years of experience.
And he has been the strength of this Mexican team so far. As Mario Cardoso.
Chance to get one back. No, not really. Chance not to lose anymore. Yeah, he needed that. Again, he made a quick shot then and he was so much better. So it's really important.
So Mexico coming through with 3 straight 10s.
Yeah.
And perhaps mounting a little bit of a comeback. We'll see if Korea lets them back in.
Yeah.
Korea in command of this match right now. Kim Jong-ho with another 10.
Yeah.
He's tuning up for his match this afternoon.
Yeah, he's shooting for the gold or bronze. Which one is he in? Should know that.
I believe he is in the gold medal match.
Gold medal match.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling good after this showing so far.
He is,
That's
because we'll see the 2 Americans, Bridger Deaton and Rio Wild, in the bronze medal match.
Yeah, and he's against Mike Slosner.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs to not shoot any 9s.
Against Mr. Perfect?
Yeah, Mr. Very Perfect. But he will have had, there you go, he will have had a slight edge over Slosner for that match, shooting in this match, shooting well, being comfortable down here. And he's going to need every advantage he can get, and that's could be some match. Yeah.
I'm not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree, but to me, John, that was impressive.
That's awesome. Yeah. Mexico finally put 3 10s in, which they needed desperately, and Korea did not crack, did they?
So Mexico shoots 58 after opening up with a 56. But Korea is so consistent, 59 in both of the first 2 ends, and they now lead by 4 points.
Mexico leading off now. I know it sounds silly. They've just got to shoot 10s. They've got to get a run going. They can't have any wide shots, and they've got to try and put some pressure on Korea and see if they can get 1 or 2 back in this 3rd end now. They can make Korea think, but if they don't get something back now, the last 6 arrows will just be exhibition for Korea.
Any adjustments that you would suggest that you can see that maybe they're discussing right now?
Well, they're a bit all over the place in how they're shooting their shots. Their anchor shooter is he's hanging on to that shot, trying to be too careful. But when he made a quick shot under pressure, it was right in the middle. So their coach needs to be drawing them up and just remind them to make their shot in their time. They should go in the middle.
Shoot a little bit more naturally.
Naturally, yes. Yeah. And that's the thing about the big stage, isn't it? People don't do their normal sport.
Because this is not what normally you are dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Right. When you're in a line,
this is a stage right here.
Yeah, this is a stage, and that's the difference between being a really good national level archer who shoots on a line of 200 people, standing out here with the crane camera, with the crowd, with George, shouting out what your opponent's getting and coping skills.
It's one thing to shoot baskets in your backyard. It's another thing to be inside an arena with all these people
That's a
watching.
Good shot from Mexico. They needed that. He had to start his team off with a 10.
So a nice shot by Julio Ricardo Fierro.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of world champions in their own backyard.
On the big stage with the bright lights.
That's good. Yeah.
And Angel Ramirez has done very well here on this big stage.
You see they've sped up. loads, and their shooting's improved.
Now let's see what Cardoso does.
He had good experience in Shanghai.
He did. Only lost by 1 point to Dominique Genet.
Yeah.
Almost got a bronze medal, but again,
Didn't need that.
held it a long time and ends up in the 8 ring.
It's just making it easy for Korea. You know, when you sat on a lead, and they still want to shoot the 10s, but there's no penalty for missing the 10, so it just makes a little less pressure, and that's what it boils down to.
Just outside the 10.
Yeah, that's his first 9 of the match.
Kim Jong-ho with a 9. And here's Kim Tae-yoon, a 2-time gold medalist at the 2013 Asian Grand Prix.
Oh, both out. That's the same spot. I just looked across to see if the flags are changed at all, but still a little bit here, but it would take them left, not right.
So here's Choi Young-hee. Who won a mixed team bronze medal at the World Championships in Torino 2011, and that's 3 straight 9s.
It's a real let off for Mexico there, and a missed opportunity at the same time. But Mexico
Gains a point.
get a lifeline. Call it a lifeline.
They need another lifeline.
Yeah.
But they need to get it done themselves, too.
Yeah. Well, Fierro's found it now, which is good, which they really needed him to shoot at his game.
Fierro, very experienced, won the bronze medal at the World Cup finals in Tokyo in 2012.
Yeah.
Now Ramirez,
Another
another 10.
This is really good. Same.
Vamos, Mario, vamos, Mario.
A little bit of time pressure.
Termina enfrente, Mario, acuerda.
Mario Cardoso. Doesn't look as though he's aware that there's any time pressure. Taking his time with 4 seconds, 3 seconds to go. He lets it fly.
He's better when he hasn't got a lot of time to think about
When
it.
he's under the gun, yeah.
Absolutely.
So to speak.
Yeah, big time. Big time. So that should make Korea think. We need to plug that up right now.
The plot doth thicken.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-ho
Big shot, big shot.
trying to burst the balloon of Mexico.
Yeah. So for the excitement of the match, we really want a 9.
What will the 22-year-old Kim Tae-yoon dial up? Another 10.
Yeah, it's back in the X ring. Yeah.
Choi Young-hee trying to make it 3 in a row for Korea. After they started off with 3 9s. Barely got it off. Barely got it off.
He looks so calm then, considering that was on 1 second. Respect to him.
Me worry?
Yeah, I imagine he was getting a very strong countdown from his coach there.
Any time now.
That is really good shooting there by Korea. So just 1 back, 3 points. Will that be? Yeah.
Yep, 3 points, 175 to 172. So Mexico was able to pick up a point in that third end.
5 10s and an 8 for Mexico there. That's 3 10s, 3 9s for Korea. Mexico.
Still
need
facing
3 more
a big mountain to climb right here.
It's just about applying pressure. And, you know, if we get to 1 second again on Korea's time. Andre Gales, Red Bread.
In the front row.
Yeah.
So Korea trying to make amends for last year's loss here in Antalya. Italy beat Korea last year in the gold medal match, 228 to 225. Luigi Dragoni, Stefano Mazzi, and Sergio Pagni putting Korea away. But now Korea trying to come back and get the gold medal that eluded them last year.
Yeah.
Beat Korea for the gold or bronze medal here in Antalya today. Mexico shooting first.
At stage 1 3 weeks ago in Shanghai, it was India defeating France, 234 to 230 for the men's gold medal.
Yeah. So
But could Korea hang on?
Fierro Needs to draw all that experience now and lead his team strong.
Excuse me, I stand corrected. It wasn't the gold medal, it was the bronze medal.
That's what he wanted. That makes it a little bit better. Ramirez shooting second.
Vamos, hijo.
So Fierro plants one in the 10 ring again.
Yeah. He's really dialed in now the last few ones.
Ramirez just outside.
Every
Vamos, Mario, vamos,
these
Mario.
10s now, Mexico. When you're after 3 points in 6, there's no room.
Recuerda,
No margin for error at this point.
termíname ese disparo.
Cardoso.
Sigue empujando. Empuja izquierdo.
Long shot. Yeah.
9.
Yeah. No.
Sale, sale, sale.
Don't think that's good enough for Mexico at this point. And at this point in the match, they've got basically that gives Korea 2 more points to play with. So they've got 5 to play with in 6.
Kim Jong-ho
Nice.
going for the jugular.
Shot a lot of X's in this match, Korea, and that it's an impressive amount of X's so from the Koreans, especially in the opening round.
He's taken 6 shots.
Yeah.
Well, 7 shots, and has missed on only 1.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Just saying to Mexico, sorry, the door is firmly shut.
It's over, essentially, unless
So
there's
that's
a
the
major collapse.
Time is always a factor in team, but Mr. Choi here showed that he only needs 1 second.
Of course, you never know. You never know, although...
Brilliant shooting there.
Each team with 3 arrows to go.
Yeah.
So there's your 5-point lead.
And that's what Korea is so good at when they, in the pressure situations,
Fuerte ahí.
they just know how to close the door. They really
They
do.
keep pushing.
They do, yeah.
There is no let-up from Team Korea.
Yeah.
Bien,
9.
Sal.
And he looks pretty frustrated
Dale
actually,
ritmo,
Fierro,
Ángel,
there, I think.
Dele ritmo, centro. Apúntale, es lo tuyo.
So
Apúntale ahí.
Julio Ricardo Fierro has shot his final arrow. Ramirez about to let
Sal.
his fly.
Final arrow from Mexico.
Sí, donde mismo casi la golpeas.
And so Mexico will not be able to mount a comeback,
4, 3.
it would appear. 2 seconds to go.
10 to finish.
And Cardoso,
Yeah.
again, shooting with just a few seconds
He's
left.
great.
He shoots his best shots.
He does, yeah. So this is exhibition stuff now, really, for Korea. They just got to make their shots and not do anything mad.
Just a matter of how much.
Their right-hand target face they're shooting at now has only got 10s in it. Which is interesting.
Kim Tae-yoon, 2-time gold medalist at the 2014 World University Championships.
Final arrow.
Hit to win.
And you get the feeling that Cho Young-hee could do this with his eyes closed.
That'd make it more exciting.
Let's go ask him.
He's that confident, he'd probably have a go. There you go.
I have a feeling he could have done it with his eyes closed.
Yeah, he's just, he oozes confidence, doesn't he? He really does.
He really does.
Yeah.
But you know, you see that in so many of the Korean archers, men, women.
Yeah.
It's just part of the system and the way that they're trained and brought up. And of course, the competition that they have internally within their own country.
Yeah.
Just qualifying for teams to go to events like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, it's crazy calling the Koreans newcomers, but they are newcomers to the
In
compound
compound,
world,
yeah.
into the World Cup. This is only about their 3rd or 4th season, so, and every year they're getting a little bit stronger, and they're getting more confident in it, and they're expecting to win medals now. You know, but gotta be honest, Mexico never really took it to the Koreans in that match, and they didn't shoot. The Koreans came out, started with a barrage of 10s. Mexico didn't. They let the Koreans get away, and the confidence rises. The Mexicans are frustrated. They had a little go on the 3rd end, but it wasn't enough. So never really put the pressure on.
Too little, too late
Yeah.
for Mexico to try to come back as Korea wins at 235 to 228. Jon Nott right on the money as Korea jumped out to that 3-point lead in the first end, 59 to 56, and really never looked back.
235 in a medal match is good, really good. Out here on the beach as well. There's a little, you know, the windsock has actually lifted, but not enough to cause anybody trouble.
And for the first time all day, Jon Nott, somebody won on target number 1.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. The highest seed.
Lo and behold, yes, the highest seed was able to win on target number 1. So that dispels my whole theory.
Yeah. Well,
What do I know?
talking about high seeds, who have we got coming out next?
In the men's team gold medal match, it'll be number 1 Denmark against the USA. And Denmark, I believe, was the higher seed. I had this wrong.
I think it's the USA.
Or was it the USA that was
Yeah.
higher seed coming out of the ranking rounds?
Yeah.
Very possibly.
Yeah.
Whoever prepared my notes did a poor job.
You need a lot of pages to list all these guys' achievements right now.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing what the USA team and what the Denmark team, what they've both done over the past few years.
Yeah.
For so many years, the United States was dominant, but Denmark has come on
Denmark
now.
burst the US bubble, big style, and USA, I think, need
We'll see if they can respond
they
here
need
today.
to win this.
Well, we're going to find out in just a little bit as Team USA takes the field first. The USA with Rio Wild, Steve Anderson, the big tall fella on your right. There's Braden Gellantine in the box coaching.
Super sub.
Yes, super sub. And, of course, Bridger Deaton on your left. So that's Deaton on your left, Rio Wild in the middle, and Steve Anderson on the right for Team USA. The Americans finishing 9 up on the men from down under. They beat the Dutch by 1, slipped by Korea by only 2 points in the semifinals. And now we'll see if Rio Wild and Bridger Deaton and Steve Anderson have an answer for the team from Denmark. Denmark has come on and become a real dominant force in the compound men's team competition.
Oh, this Denmark team, they are experienced, they are drilled, they have shot together so many times. They beat the Americans indoors and outdoors. They've hurt the Americans a lot the last 2 years. They are the world champions, and Martin Dansberg and Patrick Larson have both won here on the beach.
That's Patrick
individually
Larson
and
on the right.
yeah.
Stefan Hansen on the left, and Martin Damsbo in the middle.
And Stefan, for someone so young, has achieved so much.
The baby-faced assassin.
He's an amazing archer, and when he is on it, he does not miss.
And they believe in each other.
Yeah,
they work well together. They believe in each other.
On qualifying day, Patrick was really not, his bow was something wrong with his bow. At the end of the session, Stefan and Martin were with him on the practice range, helping him repair his bow. That's team.
That's what mates are for.
Yeah, I think even though the American team, vast experience, Rio Wild, who has won more than everybody else added together, I think, is most massive. Steve Anderson, very experienced on home soil in the US, but he's not massively experienced in these arenas. So this is new for Steve, and obviously Bridger won the World Cup last year as well, but he's still a relative newcomer.
So the former college basketball player, Steve Anderson, about 6'7", leading off for the United States. Is it on the line?
Possible.
That's close.
Yeah.
They'll put the asterisk up by it, and we'll have to wait for the judge's call a little bit later on. Now Bridger Deaton for the United States. 20 years old.
Yeah, dude, X, nice shot.
This really is a battle of the big guns.
It really is. I mean, you look at Bridger Deaton, all he did was win the World Cup final last year in Lausanne. That's all. That's all. Yeah.
That's no small
And here's
feat.
Rio Wild, who won in Mexico back in 2006.
How many times has Rio been a world champion?
Yeah, good, X, nice.
It's in double figures.
Won a world title in 2009 in Korea.
Yeah.
Won the World Cup title in 2006 in Mexico.
Yeah, he's 3 times world indoor champion as well.
Won a bronze medal at the World Cup finals in Switzerland last fall. So possibly 3 10s for the Americans to start off, but that's definitely a 10 for Patrick Larson.
Yeah. I think Patrick won this 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. And he only came out with 2 days' notice because
he was an alternate.
that was it. Yeah. He
was an
literally
alternate.
was at work. They rang him up and said, "Patrick, you got to come." And he's like,
He was
okay.
underneath a car fixing an engine.
Yeah, brilliant story. And it was always going to win after that, wasn't he?
And here is Martin Damsbo, the anchor of this team.
Yeah, he is such an amazing guy, an amazing archer.
One of the great sportsmen
Absolutely.
in the world.
Yeah. So Denmark
Possibly
setting the
with a
standard.
1-point lead.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns in this match. Steve looks nervous.
Looked away quickly after releasing that shot.
He was not comfortable. Was not comfortable then.
So here's Deaton, who always looks comfortable. Bridger,
On his arrow, too.
uncomfortable after that shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, they put the magnet
Bridger
on
Deaton, 6th in the world, and now here's Rio Wild.
Rio needs to keep his team in this right now. They cannot afford to give Denmark a chance this early.
It can get away from you early. But here's Rio. And Rio with the 9.
It's a good group.
So 3 straight 9s.
Yeah, that's. But in the quarterfinals against the Dutch, USA were 3 points down at the halfway, and they clawed it back amazingly. Well, that's gone right as well. So something the flags or the wind must have changed a bit about that.
You can see those large flags atop the hill there.
They're really flying.
Stefan Hansen doesn't seem to care about the wind at all.
No, he shoots so fast, Stefan does. It's such an advantage for their team.
Good look at the windsock. Good look at Martin Damsbo.
That form is so amazing. Oh,
You can
same
see
space.
his bow hand was moving a little bit there. So,
Denmark did a
considering
little damage, but not as much as they could have. Slight let off, I think.
all things considered, the United States is
They're lucky to
yeah,
not be
still
out.
in it.
Yeah.
Still in it right now. Denmark, by the way, got to this gold medal match by defeating India by 4, Italy by 3, and Mexico by 3.
Yeah. I think they only ranked 11, didn't they, Denmark? If I they were not, as I said, Patrick had a real nightmare in 11th seed.
Was it 11th?
Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took out Italy by 3, which are always hard to beat. Then they beat Mexico. Yeah, and they also beat India in the first round, who are also shooting fantastic these days. So Denmark haven't been on top form, but still know how to get to the gold medal match, which is a real sign of tough opponents, isn't it? Be interesting to see what that first arrow of Anderson's is called.
So it could be a 2-point lead. It could be a 1-point lead if the judges decide that was a 10 instead of a 9. Interesting decision by the United States to take Steve Anderson and put in. They did give him a 10, so it's a 1-point game.
Yeah. No, the US have got they always bring 4 guys who are more capable. They always pick their top 3 from the ranking round. So Braden was behind the other 3 in ranking.
that's them. Whoops, my
Not
bad.
many teams would have Braden Galantine on the bench.
Oh, wait, that's not what
No, not at all.
No.
Braden Galantine, who showed some good signs in Shanghai, stage 1.
Got to say, he got defeated by Great Britain's Chris Bell there. He's a good friend of mine.
You can put that in there, that's fine.
Amazing win for Chris. Yeah.
John, you've got the microphone, you've got the headset.
And Braden was actually really gallant in defeat. They're good friends, Chris and Braden, and Braden stopped and supported Chris in his next match after as well.
Braden trying to come back from a tough season last year where he had some injuries that he had to deal with.
Yeah, right. So Steve needs to get going now.
Steve Anderson,
Strong shot.
who makes his home in Salt Lake City, Utah, actually Bountiful, Utah.
bro.
That's a good shot.
Just off the
And
edge,
a
3
very
o'clock.
strong
Nice
shot by
nice
Steve.
shot.
Trains at the Easton Foundation Center
Good job, dude.
in Salt Lake City, as does Rio Wild. And here's Bridger Deaton, the pride of Pella, Iowa.
He looks so calm when he shoots. It's really
Good teamwork, guys.
it's nice to watch. Yeah, great.
He burst upon the scene last year at Stage 1 in Shanghai with 3 medals, a gold, a silver, and a bronze. In fact, beat Rio Wild in the quarterfinals in Shanghai a year ago.
Yeah. Oh, Rio put one out.
Out of the 10, it's a 9 from Rio.
The final in the
Good shot. Good job.
Bridger and Rio's match in Lausanne was quite an amazing match because Rio had control of that all the way, and just at the death, Bridger had enough to just come through.
Rio will get another shot this afternoon.
Yeah.
I think Patrick had a few choice words there.
I think he corrected that as it went off. I say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little body English.
Yeah.
He willed that arrow into the 10 ring.
Great shot there from the Prince of Denmark.
Looking forward to going to Denmark and Copenhagen for the
these-
World Championships.
It's a lot of pressure on these guys to be defending at home because there'll be expectation, there'll be press. So, you know, it's lovely to be going into a World as World Champions, but they will have a lot of to be, you know.
If anybody can handle it, I think it's these 3. They don't seem to be phased by very much.
I don't think a bead of sweat has ever gone down Martin Damsbo's forehead.
Never let them see you sweat.
Yeah.
So here's Steve Anderson.
He doesn't look comfortable, but he's found his extra middle.
Starting to get into that groove.
Yeah.
So big Steve Anderson with another X. Hoping that Bridger Deaton will follow his lead, and he does.
Good work. Good work.
They've left Rio something to aim at.
Chase that arrow, dude. Right on it.
So now here's Rio Wild using a new release. Used it in Shanghai 3 weeks ago to set a new scoring record during qualification.
Yes.
I think it works.
Yeah. I said he'd have something to aim at. So I can think of anybody else in the world I'd want shooting third in my team. If you got to pick a dream team,
he's the guy.
First name on the team sheet.
Patrick Larson painting that line.
And this is the match we wanted here.
Now the 19-year-old Stefan Hansen, 18th in the world.
9.
Just a little bit obscured by Patrick's arrow, but you could see it back there, just outside.
Hansen will be going out to Yankton in the US next week, hoping to become World Junior Champion.
And Martin Damsbo hoping to maintain a 1-point lead, and he does.
Yeah, defending his World Junior Championship, I should actually say, because he won it in China 2 years ago.
So the 2-point lead is now down to 117-116, as the Americans start to figure some things out here on the beach in Antalya, Turkey, where the wind's picking up just a little bit. We're in our 4th match here in the team competition. We'll have more matches coming up later on today here on Archery TV. We'll have mixed team competition as well as the men's and women's gold and bronze medal matches.
Yeah, you got some good stuff to look forward to this afternoon.
Ivana Budin will be joining us.
Yep.
That will be fun.
She's an amazing archer. She's won a lot. Knows it. Yeah. Of course, world silver medalist 2 years ago in Belek.
Just down the beach.
Yeah, absolutely. In the windy world, as it's known.
The windy world, yeah. That's true. That week, weren't teams taking vests and putting weights in the vest?
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Just to keep yourself from getting blown away while you were shooting.
Yeah, I spoke to some of the British guys when they got home, and they said, imagine the most wind you can, and then make it more and keep increasing it.
Wait a minute, you're from Great Britain.
It was nothing compared to that.
I've heard about the winds in Great Britain.
Oh, yeah, we had too many the last few weeks. No, this is a wide open match right now.
Yes, we have a good one going here in the men's gold medal match in Antalya, Stage 2 of the Archery World Cup Tour here in 2015.
Yeah.
The United States, and quite honestly, the U.S. archers will admit this. They were not happy at all with their performance in China 3 weeks ago.
No, they didn't have a great time. So it's not very often you don't see US really featuring in the medal stages in the compound. So, as I said, I think the US need to win this. They really need to remind people that they are the top team going into the Worlds.
Of course, Denmark's trying to make it 2 in a row. They won in Shanghai at stage 1 3 weeks ago, defeating Iran.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a real tight match, wasn't it? Iran had that.
It's a
all the way.
1-point match, yeah.
9 there from Steve. He's not very happy with that. Wide open. This match could go anyway.
So here's Bridger Deaton, who won a team silver medal in Antalya last year, trying to make it a gold this year, but he's outside the 10 ring.
Yeah.
Not a good start here in the third end for the United States.
Rio, right now, needs to keep his team in it. Needs
Rio,
to shoot them.
who is in much better shape, lost a lot of weight during the winter.
Yeah.
Dieting, exercise, and there he puts it in the 10 ring.
That's what I said about having Rio shoot third for your team. So there's a chance here for Denmark to get away. So can they take it?
They were up by 1 at the start of this end, third end. 3 straight 10s here. They'll be up by 3, but there's a 9.
He knew that the second it broke. You could see his face, a bit of a grimace. And
So Patrick Larsson ranked 17th in the world. Winner of a team gold medal in Belek.
So chance for Damsbo to extend. Just turn the heat up on America a little bit more.
Could be as much as a 2-point lead after this shot by Martin Damsbo.
Yes,
And there it is, Martin Damsbo.
Yeah, no mistakes from mine there.
What a year he had in 2013, yeah. Won a bronze and a team gold in Antalya, a mixed team silver in Colombia, then won the gold medal in Paris, and then won a team gold medal in Belek.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Nice. He went on to win a big indoor tournament in Berlin as well, just before Christmas, which was brilliant.
Just for good measure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
X marks the spot for Steve Anderson. Strong shot.
Oh.
And there's Bridger Deaton on the move.
He wasn't sure if that was going to catch or not. He looks.
Let's go, Rio. One more, buddy.
When they jump off the line like that, it's usually not a good sign.
He's very happy right now that went in the middle. Come on, Rio.
Look how
dude, nice. Good shoot.
Let's see.
It's right at the top. You can see it. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Okay, better angle.
It's those massive arrows of Bridges, they hide things.
All right.
That's good comeback from the States there.
United States trying to stay close.
Patrick
Larsson trying to hold them off.
Yeah.
And now here's Stefan Hansen, who also won a team gold medal at Belek and Antalya in 2013. But there is a shot that may change the complexion of this match.
That could be an 8. Damsbo needs to make sure there's not too much damage done. Keep it at 1 point.
X, got down full.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. I imagine the agents will be all over that arrow in the judge's ear.
Yes. That 8 by Stefan, or possible 8 by Stefan Hansen, could have a lot of bearing on the outcome of this match.
Yeah.
And you can see the concern on the faces of the Danish archers.
Yeah, they're in the scope, they're looking at the monitors, they're like, So, the Americans open that end up with a bit of a chance for Denmark to really hurt them, and then just that one error from Hansen actually kept it alive. Yeah, Braden Gellentin's in the US scope looking at that arrow as well.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A lot of scrutiny, a lot of attention being paid to that arrow by Stefan Hansen.
Yeah.
If it's even touching that line,
It only has to lean on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's breathing on that line,
it's in.
It's in. And it'll be a 9 instead of an 8. And Denmark will maintain a 1-point lead. If not, we're all tied.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if we were all tied going down the stretch here?
Well, it's what we want, isn't it, really?
Yeah, as spectators.
The original shooting order, so the US would be shooting first. either way, the US are going to shoot first. So I think that's going to be given as an 8.
It was an 8.
So with the US shooting first, I give them the edge because they've got a chance to close, make Denmark shoot perfect after them is harder.
Well, the way the Americans have got to see it, they've gotten a reprieve, and now they have new life and a chance to pull this one out of the fire.
Yeah.
It was not the strongest start for the USA, but Denmark, the 8 by Stefan Hansen, opening the door and giving America the chance to fight it out over these final 6 arrows.
Absolutely.
So here we go. A year ago, it was the Netherlands defeating the USA here in Antalya, 232 to 230.
Yeah.
Bridget Eaton and Rio Wild tasting defeat that day. But now with Steve Anderson leading off, trying to go for the gold.
He looks more relaxed than he did at the start of the match.
And it shows up.
He's he's getting a bit more comfortable. And he's the least experienced out there in that arena.
He's a competitor, though. Great athlete.
Oh, massive.
Played college basketball back in the States, and there's another 10.
Look at that.
Bridget Eaton drops one.
So they've given Rio a comfort blanket there with those 2 10s as well. And it'll be a little bit easier for Rio right now.
Gradually pulling back.
Yeah.
Back tension.
So strong. Long shot.
Long shot.
Oh.
Ooh, and a 9.
Yeah, I think it's the long shots have been costly today, haven't they, through the day, if you think back at what we've seen. So, door's not permanently closed. There's a crack.
It's cracked open for Denmark.
Yeah. Oh, hat-trick. Oh.
And now the door is...
Yeah.
it's closed again.
Don't know where it is.
Who's going to go through this door, this proverbial door we talk about?
He's going to be a little bit angry with himself for the 8.
Yeah,
he
makes up for it. Yeah, makes amends.
So, we're in 1 arrow shoot-off territory now, I think, as in every arrow is so vital. Damsbo. Oh, what awesome camera angle there on Damsbo's glasses. That's brilliant.
Peering through that deep sight.
10. So, they're, it's a tight one.
Tied at 203 with 3 arrows left to shoot.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Anderson coming through in the clutch.
Yeah. There you go.
Steve, who married Linda Ochoa during this past winter, now going for his 2nd biggest win.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you could tell as soon as he let
rushed
it go.
It. Yeah, he rushed it.
And there really wasn't much need to rush it.
No, Rio's got all the time in the world, so Rio has to shoot a 10 now.
To preserve any hope.
To make Denmark work really hard.
Plenty of time. Camera's a little shaky.
He needed that, yeah.
I think you can tell from that camera that the wind is picking up a little bit because the camera is starting to get a little shaky.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fate is, the Americans' fate is in the hands of Larson, Hansen, and Damsbo.
He needs to give Hansen and Damsbo room to win it.
Oh, is it on the line or not?
That's out. That's out.
They'll put an asterisk by it.
Yeah, keep us hopeful. Yeah, a lot of pressure now on Stefan.
Not knowing whether or not Larson. Oh, that's a 9 now.
Now Denmark are hoping that's a 10 if Damsbo can shoot a 10.
If Damsbo shoots a 10 and the judges rule in their favor.
Yeah. I just think that shooting first is just get to put the marker down. It can be enough, can't it? Great shoot from Damsbo there. So I think the Danes don't think that arrow's in though looking at them. They don't look at...
No, they didn't look real confident about their chances.
No.
Look how close that shot is.
It's not there, is it? Peering into the TV monitor. I think the US has got that. They look really anxious, and Rio's ready for a 1 arrow shoot-off. He's got his bow already.
Until they tell me, he says.
Braden's really good at spotting, and I think he's comfortable that they've got it.
So after missing out on the gold medal last year here on the beach in Konialti.
Yeah. The Americans aren't celebrating though.
Nope.
Yet.
Denmark was hoping to make it back-to-back gold medals in men's team competition after winning in Shanghai, but the judges...
Oh, the Danish got up. I think because the Danish agent's having such a good look, he's not happy. He's a bit of head shaking there.
There it is. There's the call. USA gets the win.
That's a big win for the US because it's been too long for them. Yeah.
As far as they're concerned,
we were talking about it when we started. They needed to win that, and they'll be hungry now going into the World Championships in Copenhagen to regain their title, as they will see it as their title. Yeah, really great match there, down to the wire.
Well, it was the marquee match of the morning, and we thought it would be, and we didn't see it going this way exactly, but down to the wire it went, and thanks to the 2-9 shot by Denmark and the final 3 arrows, Steve Anderson, Rio Wild, and Bridger Deaton able to hold those bows above their head in victory.
Absolutely. Brilliant morning shooting. Some great matches. Danish ladies and the Russian ladies started us off with a real thriller, didn't they? The Korean men were supreme in their bronze medal match. Awesome shooting from them. And then a real nervy niggle match from Denmark, an American classic.
It was an edge of the seat match.
Edge of the seat match, yeah. Really exciting stuff. So, no, fantastic.
Great drama, great suspense, and it ends up in an American victory as the USA makes amends for last year's loss here in Antalya, where they lost to the Netherlands by 2 points, but they come back and score a 1-point win by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
But bottom line business, John.
Win is winning.
Winning is winning.
Yeah.
They don't ask by how much.
Nope.
They just ask, did you win or did you lose?
Yeah.
And the Americans came through with some big shots down the stretch, while Denmark faltered just a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I say a little bit, we're talking about millimeters.
Oh, there were 2 big liners in that match for Hansen's 8, almost a 9, and then Larsson's nearly a 10. Yeah, and the Americans got their one on the first 10 of Anderson's.
That's true.
So millimeters. Yeah.
What
really
an interesting game it is. So Denmark will not repeat and go back-to-back as they fall here in the gold medal match in Antalya after winning in Shanghai, defeating Iran. That was a close match, as you mentioned already, John. They won that one 234 to 233. In fact, in that match, Denmark trailed by 2 heading to the 5th end, but shot 6 straight 10s and outscored Iran by 3 points in the final end to come from behind and win by 1.
Absolutely.
Today, the Americans come from behind.
And which target's winning at the end of the day, by the way?
We're split. We're 50-50.
Oh, never.
There you go. And the USA was the higher seed.
Fantastic.
So once again, Jon Nott is correct. Yours truly up in the night. And so she may have been up in the night. She's a little bit sleepy. But you can see, here's a sign of what I think we're going to be facing this afternoon. Look at the breeze picking up here.
Yeah, there's going to be some edge of the seat shots from some people this afternoon. Yeah, fantastic lineup this afternoon for the matches, and I'm going to sit and watch and enjoy it.
I may go fishing here for the next couple of hours and just kind of
Absolutely.
enjoy myself here on the Mediterranean Sea. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful resort community here on the southern coast of Turkey. It's the Turkish Riviera, and we encourage anybody, whoever has the opportunity to come and visit, do stop in Antalya. Take in the sights.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
And what a great place for archery as well.
Yeah. My teammates went down to the Old Town yesterday, and they saw Adrian Sport. Am I right? Yeah. And they said it was lovely. There was a bazaar. They've come back with lots of Turkish delight and other toys. So yeah, no, really good. And if you come when the Archery World Cup's on, you can watch some amazing archery for free on the beach and enjoy it yourselves.
Well, we enjoyed it today here in the women's bronze medal match. Russia by 1 over Denmark, 226 to 225. And the women's gold medal match, Colombia knocks off Korea, 231 to 226.
That was a really dominant performance from the Colombian
very
women.
strong performance by the Colombian women. The Korean men, very strong in the men's bronze medal match as they won that, 235 to 228.
Yeah, they're going to be a real threat as a team in the world.
I think so. You know, having seen that match we just watched, now I'd like to see either Denmark or the United States go up against Korea and see what the outcome might be in that match.
I think Mexico let the Koreans off a little, as I said, and they weren't made to work. So
No, not pushed all that hard.
They were exhibition shooting, and it's a big thing. So, and also watch out. I think in the individual gold medal match this afternoon, ladies, the young Russian, I forget her name, is
Vinogradova?
Yeah, she's really going to be one to watch. Yeah, I'd put my money on her.
She looks supremely confident.
Yeah, yeah. And the Korean gentleman who's in the final, what's his name?
Kim Jong-ho.
Yeah, he's had a run out there this morning, which, you know, shooting against Mike, Mr. Perfect, Slosna, is going to help him out because with the wind the way it is, it's going to be hard to shoot perfect. So it'll give him an edge over Slosna, and he needs every edge he can get. Slosna going for his first World Cup stage win. He hasn't won one yet.
And he is the defending world champion.
Absolutely. So he's going to want to get a win under his belt before the Worlds.
Congratulations for the Russian Federation. An outstanding performance this morning to get this whole thing started in the women's bronze medal match. Albina Laganova, Natalia Avdieva on your left.
Yep.
And the young woman we've been talking about, the 21-year-old Maria Vinogradova.
Yeah. Exciting young talent for Russia.
She will be back in the medal matches this afternoon. Of course, Natalia Avdieva also won a gold medal here on the beach last year in what I thought was a fascinating match against Fatima Al-Mashadani from, I believe, Iran.
Iran, yes. Brilliant. She's a really underrated shooter.
And a unique shooting style.
Yeah, very.
Very fast.
Yes, yeah. But the, I think there, for the young Russian coming in with two such experienced archers, what a brilliant way to learn the trade and to learn, you know, to be supported by that. And then really she led that team. She shot the best.
Oh, she was outstanding this morning. We'll see how she does this afternoon.
Yeah.
The Korean women accepting the silver medal.
Yeah. He started so brightly in that gold medal match and just couldn't maintain the level when Colombia turned the screw in the third end. They had no answers, and that's the difference.
But a strong week for Korea with wins over India and Denmark before falling to Colombia. But no shame in that. Sarah Lopez, Maya Marcen in the middle, and Alejandra Usquiano on the right. That is one tough trio.
It is. And Maya was not at her best. She got some 10s. Some of them she was very relieved at. She was struggling a little, but just held it together enough. You know, having the other two with her, it's a comfort blanket. And Lopez was, you know, she was awesome in that match.
All she has to do is look to her right and then look to her left, and there's plenty of comfort there.
Absolutely, yeah. There you go, another win for them.
A golden moment for Colombia once again, topping off a week that saw them defeat Turkey, France, Russia, and Korea.
Yeah.
Another golden moment for the ladies from Colombia, Sarah Lopez, Maya Marcen, Alejandra Usquiano, who scored the 5-point win over Korea, 231 to 226.
Yeah.
Colombia taking a 1-point lead in the first end. Then there was a 2-point swing, and Korea actually went up 116 to 115 midway through that match. But then it swung back the other way, and Korea couldn't come back, and Colombia held on and shut the door.
It's just about when one of the teams will turn the pressure up, you've got to have it. And as I said, that fourth end in the bronze as well with the Russians over Denmark. Denmark led all the way, but in the last end, Russia dug so deep, pulled out 59 points, and the not so nothing against Denmark. They're not experienced in that position. They haven't got the stars that Russia have got. They just couldn't quite match, and it was millimeters. Jensen shot brilliantly for Denmark, but.
And you know, in any sport, John, I think it's always tough to play with a lead.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, you know, and that's why they turn it around. And I love that they do that. The team behind get to shoot first, so you get to influence your opponents. You can't shoot their arrows. You can't shout out at them. But if you shoot 10s and you hear dun, dun, dun coming in, you think, I've got to shoot 10. So you can influence them by turning the pressure up on, the heat up, and see if you can crack them. It's about cracking your opponent, you know, and Russia and Colombia both did it. It was a big end from both teams, of 59 points that swung the match. And again, in the Americans, they got to Hansen just put one out, and the Americans just got a sniff, and then they were relentless at the death. So it's brilliant. It's all about
taking advantage of the breaks that come your
way.
way.
What we've been saying, and that's where in the other match today we saw, which was Mexico and Korea. Mexico never put any pressure on the Koreans, and it was improved. It really was.
Strong performance by the Koreans.
Yeah, there they are now.
Whom we'll see right now.
With the most confident man in the world in their team, Choi. Seriously, he could bottle it and sell it.
He's right up there with Kim Woo-jin, Kuban Chan, Oh Shin-hyuk.
Yeah, it's fantastic, you know.
It is a culture.
Yeah, and I think the big thing in the American match was Anderson looked really nervy at the start of the match.
But he got better as the match went on.
He found the middle, and he relaxed, and that's what changed the Americans. He found that extra gear, and they all had the odd one out, but for me that win right now is massive for the US. They needed it. I'd love to look back. It's been a long time since they won a team round.
It has been some
time. Never
time.
used to happen. They used to get given the gold medal as they got off the plane arriving. So,
but a lot more parity now in this sport.
Yeah, the Dutch, the French, there's some European teams really stood up. The Danes.
We saw Iran come into Shanghai
they always
and almost win the gold medal.
That would have been amazing for them. They do shoot well. Yeah, they've shot well this week as well, but only 4 teams can make it out of this. As I said, there were nearly 30 men's compound teams this week. Our own team, Great Britain, we got a fantastic heritage. We didn't even make the top 16 this week, which has never happened for Great Britain, you know. So some wound licking on our trip home this weekend from our guys, and they're going to take a long look at themselves because so many new teams have come into it, and they know the game goes up every year. The level gets harder and harder and harder.
Well, everybody's throwing down the gauntlet now and saying, okay, we've upped our game. Now, match us. Keep up with us. Beat us.
But with a settled team like Denmark, you know, 9 out of 10 times that's who they're bringing. They do have an advantage shooting team. The Dutch this year have had a change in their staff. New guy, Thomas van Eelie's come in, fantastic shooter, over Ruben Blendahl. And they've just lost a little bit of their dynamic shooting as a team.
And it just takes a little something to throw things off.
Absolutely.
Maybe just a touch.
And just as I said, watching the time, they know each other's shots. It's a blend of fast shooters, slow shooters, and we saw that with the Mexicans.
I was just going to mention
all
that.
over the place, and they never settled in as a team.
Well, on numerous occasions, Mario Cardoso was faced with just seconds to get his final shot off, although ironically, those were some of his best shots.
They were, So there we go. The Americans receiving their gold medals now. Well earned, and I think they'll be really relieved they've won that. And they didn't have to call on the sub in the box.
No, they did not. Although Braden Gellantine did a brilliant job of coaching the box.
There's not many people better on a scope than Braden. He's good at calling.
So Rio Wild, the Honey Badger, standing next to Bridger Deaton, whom he'll face this afternoon in the men's bronze medal match.
Rio's going to want some payback for Lausanne, isn't he? Rio, no one likes losing, but Rio does not like losing. And he is going to want to remind Bridger that I'm the top line.
So the gold to the United States,
well earned.
Silver to Denmark, and the bronze to Korea.
Great match. Yep.
United States with the gold medal here in the medal matches this morning. Korea coming away with a pair of medals this morning, a bronze on the men's side and a silver on the women's side. And Russia also picking up a bronze medal here today as well. So that speaks to the parity we were talking about, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Been good. So, as I said, all these teams now, they'll be confident for the Worlds. Those three teams who will want to be world champions in 7 weeks' time, is it?
Yes.
This year is going by so fast.
And these teams will gauge what they did here this week in Antalya, see what they need to do to get ready for the World Championships in Denmark.
Yeah, some teams might know their team already, and some teams might be halfway through selection and stuff like that. So these guys will all want to be at the Worlds. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Well, it's time now for us to take a brief break in the action. We'll be back in about 2 hours with the compound mixed team medal matches, marking the return of Germany's Christina Heigenhauser, formerly known as Christina Berger. And that will be followed by the individual bronze and gold medal matches featuring Stephanie Salinas of Mexico, Mike Schlosser of the Netherlands, and Bridger and Rio going at it again head-to-head in the men's bronze medal match. It is all coming up here at Stage 2 of the 2015 World Cup outdoor season, coming to you live from Konyaaltı Beach in the resort city of Antalya, Turkey. On behalf of Jon Nott and our entire crew, I'm Carl Arky, and we'll see you soon with more exclusive coverage of World Cup competition here on Archery TV from the southern coast of Turkey.
There are those of us who like to venture to the unexplored, to see the beauty in the strange and unknown. Those of